Hello and welcome to episode 634 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now, in today's episode, we're talking about the biggest competitor that you have in sales and selling. The biggest competitor that you have, and it's not a person, it's not a company. More often than not, the biggest competitor you've got is your client doing nothing. Taking no action to resolve the problem or the challenge they're facing because they feel like they can maybe get away with it or maybe put it off. It isn't true of all businesses, but for a number of businesses I work with, their biggest competition is the client just not addressing the issue because they don't really see the value in it, or they think they could just put it off. So to solve this, we need to think about inaction and delay. If I don't do anything at all to solve the problem I'm facing, what happens to me in the short term and the long term? And if I delay, say I'll probably take action, but I'm going to leave it for 6 months or a year or 5 years or whatever, well, what does that do? Again, in the short term and the long term, being able to articulate to your buyer the negative consequences of their delay or inaction, but in a nice, fair way. So we're not going to use it to actively scare people, say, "Whoa, look at this, it's terrible." We just need to present them with the facts. If you don't develop a clear sales message over the next 6 months, you might lose blah, blah sales, which could cost you blah, blah. Are you okay with that? How does that sound to you? Just to be really clear on that, because not addressing this problem means the problem's going to persist, and we're talking because you have a problem. So just want to check that you're okay with that. We can do it in that kind of a nice, comfortable way. The buyer's still in control. They're making the decision. We're not trying to force them or use any kind of closed questioning or speaking or any silly NLP tricks like that. But we do need to make people aware of the hidden choices and the hidden decisions they're making by leaving things or just not addressing things at all. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow in episode 635. 635 is I have to move my screen across. Today we talked about your biggest competitor. Tomorrow we're talking about indirect competition. And if you're lucky, I might even try and speak quicker than I am at the moment. Indirect competition, something, again, a lot of people miss. I'll explain more about that in tomorrow's episode. I've got an interesting example to share with you, which will make a lot of sense. That's it for this one. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for a fast-talking edition of the Daily Sales Message.